The next morning is Friday. I got to school kind of early, and as I'm walking to the store, I see the same messy haired girl who started saying Brianna and I were twins. Oh my god, twin? I am so glad I saw you. What happened? Dwayne been telling everyone how he's gonna get you and Brielle jumped with some girls from Corona. I just wanted to let you know it's not gonna be me or my girls, okay? Okay, thanks. I laughed to myself. Now I need to find Brielle. I decide to not go to the store. I cross the street to get into the building through the back door, the side where Champion and I used to cut class. I bang on the door so if someone is walking by, they'd open it for me. And sure enough, the door opens. Thanks, I say as I walk through. I realize it's Terry. Oh my god, summertime. Dwayne telling everyone who will listen, girl. He is getting you and your twin jumped. He smacks his lips in a feminine fashion. Yeah, I heard from. I realize I still don't know that girl's name. I know she's friends with Terry, but I never bothered to find out her name. Whatever. Have you seen Brielle? I continue with. Yeah, near the lunchroom, but more by the gym though. Okay, thanks. Girl, Terry says as he walks out the back door. I speed walk up the stairs and walk through the hallway looking for Brielle. I see her standing with her friend group. Anthony tries to fix his posture and his clothes when he sees me, but I'm not even coming over there for all that. Hey, Summer, Claire says loudly. Hey, everyone. Hi. Hi, Summer Rayne, Anthony says with a nervous tone. I half smile at him. So, Dwayne want to get us jumped is the theme for today, I say toward Brielle. She looks at me to see if I'm serious. Dahlia instantly looks nervous and uncomfortable. Jump who? Claire says loudly. Brielle and I both kind of side-eye her. Tanique just stays quiet. Jump by who? Corona bitches, apparently. I explained to her what happened in the hallway yesterday. She shakes her head in disbelief. I'm not gonna let you get hit over some shit because of me, Brielle says. Girl, we about to wait outside to see if we get jumped, I guess. Brielle starts to laugh. Oh, you my twin for real. I start laughing. What time y'all going outside? Claire questions. We were back at the end of October, almost November, so the weather was kind of cool, almost cold. Seventh period, Brielle says to me. Yeah, if they come in, it should be around then. Champion hadn't come to school yesterday or today, and I knew he was handling some shit for my dad, so I didn't even speak to him to let him know anything. I don't think I need his help. Anyway, not for Dwayne. Meet me at your spot 7th, Brielle says. I'm coming too, twins, Claire chimes in. Just as the bell rings, Dwayne walks out of the gym with some guys he's friends with. It's over for you bitches. I got my corona bitches coming. I start laughing. Brielle sticks up her middle finger at him. Yo, Brie, don't you got mad brothers? Anthony asks. Yup, Summer does too, she replies. I see Anthony swallow what seemed to be a large amount of spit. When the 7th period bell rings, I run down the stairs to my normal lunch spot, but Brielle was already there. I'm surprised you went to class, she says, as I get closer. I've been trying to do better. I missed every class except for third for like 3 weeks straight. Girl, me too, but I'm still cutting. She starts laughing, which makes me laugh. The late bell rings and the last bit of students linger in the halls. We start walking outside. I knew Claire wasn't coming. She talks tough. I want to see her excuse, Brielle says. I don't know Claire to comment on her. Brielle and I sit outside waiting to be jumped. Needless to say, it didn't happen. By the end of the day, we both decide to show Dwayne better than tell him about making empty threats. I remember Jazz told me she turned crip, so I'm gonna use that to my advantage come Monday morning. Brielle and I laugh and walk towards Main Street. Dwayne was nowhere to be found, which added to our jokes. When I got home, there was a note on the kitchen counter saying they won't be home until Sunday evening. I go into my room and start changing my clothes to get settled. I pick up my cordless phone and dial Champion's house. It rings about 5 times. Hello, I hear from the other end. Hey Ronnie, it's Summer. May I speak to Champion? Hey, my girl. He just walked in like 3 minutes ago. Hold on. She moves the phone from her ear and screams his name. I hear him reply, but he sounds far. He gets to the phone within a few seconds. Hey, baby, he says and pauses. Hold on. Ma, stop standing there smiling. I start laughing, which makes him laugh. I hear Ronnie start laughing. Then I hear his room door close, so I assume she walked away. I want to see you, I say. So come see me. Now? I question. Yeah, I'm done till Sunday. But you could come with me if it's light, he says. I thought you gotta stop bringing me. I do, before your pops have my fucking head. Call your cab, though. Okay, I gotta get dressed and I'm coming. We hang up and I hurry up and get dressed again. I call the cab and then tell Champion I'm on my way. I get to his house within 40 minutes, and as usual, he was on the stoop to wait for me. He approaches the cab driver and pays the man as I get out the car. I smile and give him a hug. I wrap my arms around his neck and he pulls me in with his arms around my waist. He grabs and squeezes my butt, which makes me giggle. I got you Chinese food. I know you hungry. I start laughing. We let go of the hug and walk toward his house. When we walk in, I smell the aroma of Chinese food, which made me hungrier than I already was. Go to my room. I'll bring the food and stuff, he says. Okay. I walk up the stairs and into his room. The TV was on Martin already. He had a stack of videos for me to choose from. I chuckle to myself. I take my jacket off and lay it on the beanbag chair. I take my shoes off and put them next to the beanbag. I see the TV trays folded up, so I open them for us to eat. I sit down on the bed, but of course, on the cover. Within a few minutes, he comes back upstairs with the food and puts it on the trays. Then pulls the can of sodas from his pockets. I start laughing. I could have just helped you, I say. He starts laughing. I was trying to. I don't know. He laughs harder. What you want to watch? Either Friday or a Belly. He puts Belly in. We eat our food and lie down. We start kissing, and one thing led to another. I'll spare the details, but we had sex again. What time you gotta be back? Doesn't matter. They're not coming back till Sunday. They're gonna call looking for you. Probably not. Why? Stay here then. The night? Until Sunday. I was shocked by his reply, but I was happy at the same time. Okay, I say and smile. The next morning, I woke up before Champion. He was still spooning me, and I didn't want to move to go pee. I don't even know if his parents are here. I didn't bother to ask. I start trying to get comfortable, but can't because I really need to pee. Champ, I say in a low tone. Champ, He lets out a groggy reply but still tries to hold me. Your parents here? I gotta pee. Nah, they going with Aoki until Sunday too. Oh, I need something to wash my face and take the toothpaste out. Let me use my finger. When you go in the bath, he starts to say. I interrupt. No, I'm not about to start opening drawers and closets. Get up. He gives me a groggy chuckle and sighs. Having a girlfriend is, I start laughing. Get up is what it is. He rolls over and gets up. He adjusts his boxers. And yes, I was looking. He gives me a washcloth and a brand new toothbrush. He also took the toothpaste out of the medicine cabinet and turned the water on. I don't want you to touch any knobs. You want me to put the toothpaste on too? I start laughing. Put it on your toothbrush. He starts laughing and kisses me on the lips. Take all this morning bread. He picks up his toothbrush to brush his teeth with me. So, after we 18, you gonna come live with me? He says while brushing his teeth so it was muffled. Huh? I asked to make sure I heard him clearly. He spits the toothpaste. When you turn 18, the same summer I turned 18, you coming to live with me? I look at him to read his expression, and he looks serious. You don't even know what it's like to live together. We'll figure it out, he says as he wets the washcloth to wash his face. I slowly take my washcloth and wet it to wash my face. He leaves the bathroom before me, but I was right behind him. When I walk into the room, he's putting his sweats on. I'm gonna go get us breakfast, bacon, egg, and cheese. I nod my head. On a roll. Catch up on mine. You want me to walk with you? You don't have to. You can stay in the bed, baby, he says. I feel myself blush. What you want to drink? Apple juice. He nods. I'll be right back, he says, as he slides his sneakers on and grabs his hoodie. We spent the rest of the weekend, honestly, eating, sleeping, watching TV, and having sex. Not much more to tell about that. Sunday, I got home around 1 p.m. I ran a shower before calling Jazz. I took a shower at Champion's house, but I had no change of clothes. He gave me a new pair of boxers he bought to wear, very uncomfortable under my jeans. I want to call Kiana so bad, but I really need to get Dwayne handled. I take about 40 minutes in the shower, wash my hair and all. I get out to the phone ringing. I didn't tell Champion that I got home. Hello? Why you ain't call me? I forgot. Sorry. Alright, I'm about to make my runs. I'll call you later or just see you tomorrow. Okay. We hang up and I dial Jazz's house. Hello? Hi, Jasmine. It's Summer. Is Jazz home? Summer! How are you, baby girl? I haven't seen you in so long. I start to chuckle. I'm good. How are you? Oh, girl, I'm good. Hold on, let me get Jazz. She screams for Jazz to come to the phone. I hear her and Corey arguing in the background. I start laughing. Rematch after. Hello? Y'all crazy, I say. She starts laughing. What's up, Sum? I start explaining everything. We can probably come Wednesday, but let me make some calls. Cool, I say. We hang up. She calls me back exactly almost 15 minutes later. Give me more details on this nigga. I started laughing and started explaining all the questions she had. I told her what he looked like and I told her I'd be outside to low-key point him out. I should have really been a big sister, she says. I start laughing. First, when I got jumped. Nowadays. She might be right. She should have been a big sister. I probably should have been daddy's first son. I'm definitely tougher than them niggas. Her rant continues. We start laughing. Oh, let me meet your boo. Wait, don't he go to your school? She questions. Yeah, but I ain't tell him about anything that happened. I wanted to handle it myself. Plus, you could get in and get out. Dwayne knows his face from school. Oh, yeah, I get that. I'll see you Wednesday with mad crips. I'm about to go rematch Corey. Get washed, Corey says in the background. I start laughing. We all say our I love yous and hang up. When Wednesday comes, I stay quiet to everyone except Brielle. Champion had been absent again, and I still didn't mention anything when I spoke to him. On Monday, one of Brielle's older brothers and his friends came, and they chased Dwayne all the way to the bus stop. He kept making excuses, and all that tough shit went out the window. He thought everything had died down, but little did he know, Jazz and her friends got to the school around the end of 6th period. I had them meet me by the store, and they were flagging crazy. I start laughing. I said, don't be obvious. Obvious we don't know you. That's all, Jazz replies. She introduces me to everyone. One of her friends keeps staring. I told you I had a white sister. Stop staring at her, Jazz snaps. Everyone, including me, starts laughing because she definitely caught me off guard with that. I tell her where to walk on the school grounds because he should be coming out the end of the next period unless he goes to his last class. Then it would be 2 periods. Brielle met me outside and we just stood a few feet away from them so Jazz could make sure it was the right person. By the end of 7th period, like clockwork, Dwayne comes walking out the building. It was a colder day, so he wore his North Face. It wasn't quite that type of weather yet, but he be fiending to be seen. He had a little gold chain around his neck that was outside his shirt. Quincy must have felt the tension because he just kept looking around. As they get toward the middle of the block, I see Jazz step in front of Dwayne's path of him walking. Jazz is so much smaller than him, so it looks kind of comical. He tries to go around her, but she says something and he stops in his tracks. Then I see everyone else she was with come up off the fence they were leaning on. Dwayne looks like he saw a ghost. I told Jazz to ask him where the Corona bitches were, so he knew exactly why he was being approached. I see Quincy just observing but stepping back some. I see one of the dudes with Jazz shake their head at Quincy and say something, but I can't hear much. Quincy stops inching backward and just stands there. One of the dudes with Jazz touches Dwayne's north face and nods. Before you know it, Dwayne takes off running down the block like he is in fear for his life, leaving Quincy standing there. I hear Quincy shout, "Yo!" That's probably the loudest I've ever heard him speak. Brielle and I start laughing. "This nigga too soft," I say. "My brother tried to take his shoes," Brielle replies while laughing. "He should try out for the track team," I say. We laugh harder. Jazz looks at me and gives me a thumbs up. I thumbs up back. Then she and her friends turn to walk down the block.